So I've got two questions, right, that fly off today's bombshell from the SIU and NSFAS. Who lost this money and who benefited from keeping it? Because the SIU, known as the Special Investigating Unit, has just returned 1.7 billion rand to NSFAS. Now, this is money that should be paying for the tuition and living expenses of our poorest students, but instead it's sitting with the university and TVET college bank accounts for years. Now, that 1.7 billion rand is not some extra cash, right? It's part of the over 2 billion rand that the SIU has clawed back from higher education institutions and even from some students who were never eligible for the funding in the first place. Now, the controversial part is like this, because according to these guys, the money was unallocated, meaning that the money should have been returned to NSFAS within that year, right? And here's the controversial part, right? The money was unallocated, meaning that it should have been returned to NSFAS when the students changed schools, deregistered, or never qualified to begin with. But for a long 5 years, which is a duration of 2016 to 2021, universities and colleges have held on to the money. And that's millions of rands that's supposed to be for our lecture halls, but it was sitting in a bank account. You know what I'm saying? And when asking these people why, the SIU say that it's because the NSFAS had weak controls and terrible reconciliation systems. Basically, nobody was keeping up with the books, so cash just stayed parked in the institutions that could technically hold up for a year, but instead it was kept for far longer. And here's some salt in the wound, right? The SIU say that they even chased down the students and the parents that were not supposed to have the money in the first place by having them sign some kind of debt agreements and having them acknowledge that they need to pay the money back. And we are speaking about the big names. We're not talking about Damelin or any of them other schools, right? Respectfully so. We're speaking about WITS, we're speaking about UP, we're speaking about the University of the Free State, as well as the University of Fort Hare. So the money is back for NSFAS, theoretically to help the deserving students as the registration for the 2026 application year ramps up. So now the bigger question remains, right? How many more billions slipped through the cracks before somebody decided to actually check the books?